Morning world, it's about 8 a.m, 9 a.m. on Saturday the 6th of January 2018. The moon's in the middle of Virgo, will be all day. Mars-Jupiter conjunction in the sky, as well as the Sun-Venus-Pluto conjunction coming up to exactness over the coming couple of days. So it's a pretty intense time, lots of scorpionic energy out there, and once the moon's in Scorpio in 4 or 5 days' time, this will be at its peak. In that light, with the Sun-Venus-Pluto conjunction coming up in Capricorn, I think it's finally time for me to have a look at the horoscope of Kim Jong-un, the glorious leader, self-styled glorious leader of North Korea. Now, straight away, astrologers have got a problem here because no one is sure of his date of birth. There's a number of different birthdays attributed to him. They all are the same date, 8th of January. Putting his sun somewhere between 17 and 18 degrees of Capricorn. There's 3 generalised consensual years, 82, 83 or 84, when he was allegedly born. The 82 one is a fairly recent innovation propagated by North Korean authorities over recent years, giving him an extra year of maturity. There's enough evidence to suggest, though, that he was born in either 1983 or 1984, and there's anecdotal sources quoting his aunt, saying about how her son and his son were the same age when they were playing together. There's quotes from an American basketball player, Dennis Rodman, who asked him about his age when he went over to spend time with him. There's various Swiss records from where he was schooled in Switzerland. The South Korean and the North Korean authorities 10 years ago were differing on his age by 1 year. So I've looked at the horoscopes born for the 8th of January 1983 and the 8th of January 1984. The 8th of January, the prime difference is that in the 83 horoscope, he has the moon in Scorpio, and in the 84 horoscope, he has the moon in Pisces. Given his propensity and tastes, I am going to suggest, and also without wishing to be rude to him, that his physical shape, I am tempted to attribute him towards the moon in Scorpio. He has a marked tendency for secrecy and privacy, and that is common with people with the moon in Scorpio. The sensible ones are private, the non-sensible ones are secret, borderline paranoid. And I'm also tempted to attribute him to a birth time of around late afternoon, very early evening, his time, where he was born. I'm presuming he was born in Pyongyang. No one knows. So all this secrecy definitely points to a Scorpio moon. And if he was born in the very late afternoon, say around 4 or 5 p.m. local time, 3-4 p.m., that would give him Leo rising. He does have notable hair, unlike like a few other world leaders with Leo rising. And it would further add to the fixed side of his nature. If he had the moon in Scorpio and Leo rising, that would go a long way to describing his physical shape, which is a little bit rotund. Regardless of this, it's a pretty safe bet to say that he was born on the 8th of January. If he was born on the 8th of January, then his sun is at 17/18 degrees of Capricorn. Over this last 12 months, Pluto has been at 17/18 degrees of Capricorn, during which time he has consolidated his hold on North Korea, become a pain in the butt to practically every other world leader, terrified the fecal matter out of Japan and Donald Trump, and generally not endeared himself to anyone in the world apart from his own ruling elite and some of his own people whom he has hypnotized into believing the myth. However, with Pluto on his sun all of last year, now moving away, I am going to tenuously and cautiously suggest that this year, 2018, we're going to see a somewhat limited downturn in the rhetoric, and I don't think he's going to be quite as extreme or intense in 2018 as he was in 2017. This will no doubt be a temporary hiatus, because in 2019, later in 2019, Saturn is going to pass on his Sun. And this is going to be a 9-month trip. So if I'm not his astrologer, I doubt if he has an astrologer, but if I were his astrologer, I'd be saying to him, you are going to need to be careful in 2019, because if there's going to be any opposition taking you out or trying to take you out, that's when it's going to be. But in 2018, I think we'll see less direct trouble from him. No more assassinations of his family, no more rhetoric about bombing the rest of the world, I hope. Okay, that's my attitude, that's my interpretation of horoscope of Kim Jong-un. Catch you later, world. Bye.